Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Spike back again once again, and today we're here for Kamen Rider GAVV episode 40. We're in the 40s, man. We're in the end game. It's getting close to the ending of Kamen Rider GAVV, and man, I'm still very much loving this series overall. A few stuff here and there, but it's not gotcha art levels, but GAVV isn't perfect, but GAVV is really cool. Just a few unanswered questions and a few other things that I would like for us to explore some more. But other than that, man, I'm loving GAVV, and it's definitely in top 10. But yeah, this episode is we take care of Glota. I don't know why I've been calling her Glotto for a while. It's Glota, but we take care of Glota in this episode. Primarily, we're just focusing on our main crew and taking out Glota, and with a little bit of Lizelle in there as well. Seeing that Lizelle was she ends up giving Glota the basically the toxins that Lakia makes. The toxins where he can make people happy and whatever, and it made it easier for them to capture people. And we see that Lizelle ends up giving that to Glota, and she starts capturing people with it. She starts spraying. It's like a perfume, like a little perfume bottle. She starts spraying people with it, and her and some other part-timers in disguise are able to just walk around the city just spraying people and then just grabbing them. And we see that Glota is kind of losing her mind somewhat in this episode as well, and we see that our crew is still mourning the loss of Uncle Dente, and we see the message that he ends up leaving everybody. Like Uncle Dente left a message for everybody, and stuff like that. We see that he also is he finished the antidote for Lakia's toxins, so I wonder how that's gonna come into play later. Like, he finished it, but I wonder how that's going to come into play. I wonder what they're actually going to really need that for. But they're going to need it. Most likely they are going to really need it, because they still have the other toxins. They still have the other toxin that Glota was using earlier in the episode. So most likely they're going to use it to counteract that. But we see that Lakia is on just an angry tirade of looking for Glota. He's just everywhere. He's kind of depressed about whatever, because he feels kind of weak and things like that. We see that Shoma and Sachika, they break the news to Hanto. Hanto's pissed, but he's wondering what's wrong, what's going on with Lakia. We see that Shoma is hurting. He is mourning, but at the same time, he's more concerned for Sachika. Sachika is down. She's not in a good place, and we see that majority of the episode that she is down and out. Like, she basically really doesn't leave the couch for nearly the whole episode. But we see that Shoma goes out looking for Lakia. He ends up finding Lakia, bringing him some rocks and stuff like that. And then Lakia's pissed off. He's like, "Why did you?" He's like, "Glota just killed." It's like, "Glota just took out your uncle. Like, aren't you sad? Like, aren't you mad and everything?" And Shoma's like, "Yes, I am. I'm really mad. But sitting around and moping about it isn't gonna do anything. I can't protect people that way." So he kind of gives some kind of inspiration to Lakia. And we see that Glota is still, she's massively pissed. She's basically having this crisis and stuff. She's mentally breaking down and stuff like that. But then she kind of tries to close her heart to it, and in a sense, where she goes to the room in Stomach where they all sit in their meetings together and eat together and stuff, and she's remembering all that. She's remembering all the good stuff, and that she's remembering her family. And she says that she basically tells herself, yeah, you know what, the Stomach family, everything is gonna live on, even if it's just me. And she's basically just giving up on Jeeb and Neelif, because they basically defected to the president's side to a degree. They bow down to him, sort of. Well, Jeeb mostly to Lizelle, but still, and Neelif is just hey, I'm a researcher, I'm a scientist, I need the money for this. So he paying me, so it is whatever. but yeah, so we see that Glota is, causing a little bit of havoc. We see that Chips, little Chips Gochizo tells her, well, not the Chips Gochizo, it's another Gochizo. It's a little pink, it's a little purplish, pinkish looking one. I don't remember, but that's the one that tells them that, hey, Glota's out there doing stuff. So we see that's when the guys go out and they end up fighting Glota. They end up intercepting. It's Shoma and Hanto. They end up intercepting Glota. Shoma tries to go into over energy, or Master Taste tries to go into him, but turns out he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough Gochiso inside the pod, and he ends up calling them. He calls all his Gochiso to jump and help him, but then Glota, she uses her scythe and she one-shots and kills all the Gochiso. So Shoma can't transform into the ultimate form, so he says, hey, screw it. He goes into Sorbet, and Hanto goes into Frappe, and they end up fighting her. While they're fighting her, we see that there are two agents with Glota. They end up running off with a bunch of the spice, a bunch of the people, and that's when Hanto goes after them. Hanto goes after the two agents while Shoma is there fighting Glota. He's kind of getting his butt kicked, but then that's when that's when Lakia comes in and tries to help Shoma, and they're both getting their butts kicked to a degree. And then after that, we see, before this, we did see that Shoma did eat like a parfait, like he did eat the parfaits. Him and, all three of them end up eating the parfaits, and in memory of Dente, because that's what he really wanted to try. Like, he really wanted to try those before he died. So, because he ate a parfait, he ends up spitting up a new Gochiso, and this Gochiso is the parfait, like the a la mode. The a la mode Gochiso, and he ends up giving it to Lakia. And when Lakia uses it, that's when we get Lakia's a la mode form. That's how we get his new ultimate form. And that's when him and Shoma go to town on Glota. Go to town on Glota. We get the return of Cake King. Awesome form, favorite form of Shoma's. He ends up transforming into Cake King. They end up molly-whopping all over freaking Glota. Like, they overkilled her. Like, I really do feel like they overkilled Glota. But yeah, we even see like Shoma summons two of his decorations, his little minions, and he ends up summoning two of them, and then him and freaking Lakia end up going to town on her. And then after they beat her, we also seen that Glota has like the power to like absorb. She's able to like absorb energy, and then she can hit you back with it with like double the force, where they're hitting her so much that she can't even, like, it's too much energy to absorb, so she can't even do anything. So they end up beating her, and then like that's when Lakia ends up getting the final blow with one of the coolest rider kicks we've seen in a while. Like, one of the coolest rider kicks. Well, in this show, we were one of the coolest rider kicks. And after they beat Glota, we go back to Hanto, and we see Hanto ends up saving all the people, which is kind of like a wacky way where they're like, he's chasing both the agents, and the agents are like throwing the they're like throwing the suitcase in between each other and stuff like that. And then that's when Hanto jumps up and he tries to grab it, but he doesn't see it. And then like he looks at the two agents, and none of them have it. And then he looks on his shoulder, and then the straw that's in his frappe suit ended up like latching on to the suitcase. He ends up taking it. He ends up beating both the agents, and he ends up saving those people. And then after they defeat Glota, turns out Glota didn't die. As she's walking, she's really, really weak. Kind of like how Shoma fought Jeeb. How Jeeb just got up and ran off after they defeated him. But hopefully, but she walks up, she's really weak and whatever, she's on the ground, it's nighttime, and then that's when big brother Longo ends up coming to his little sister's aid. She sees him, she's happy he's not dead and things like that, and he's holding her, and I guess she dies, because she just goes limp. Like, if that's the way Glotto goes out, I'm gonna be mad, because y'all didn't do that for Jeeb. I don't know. I kind of hope Glotto's not dead, but maybe she is. she most likely is. And then that's when Big Brother Longo says, "Stomach family will rise again, this I vow." So yeah, and we go back to our regular crew, and then everybody's kind of happy and whatever. Everybody's sitting there remembering Dente. They all talk about how Dente all left them a message for them and things like that. And Lakia also has a newfound purpose. He has a newfound purpose where he feels like his whole goal is to stop Stomach from doing what they're doing to people and protecting the people he cares about and things like that, and to make sure no one else ends up like Komel did. But yeah, man, that's the end of the episode. Next episode, I think we're getting Zombie Suga. I don't know yet, but we don't know who's in that suit yet, but I think we're getting that rumored Zombie Suga arc. Yeah, but man, this episode was cool. I thoroughly love this episode. I love Lakia's new form. It looks absolutely amazing, especially in action now. It looks really, really cool. It reminds me a lot of he reminds me a lot of a Gaim type rider. Like, it feels like it, even especially with the shield. You know, we've seen that shield shape in so many other rider things, especially Gaim. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider GAVV. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. How do you feel about Glotto's death? Glotta, my bad, I keep saying Glotto. Glotta's death. How did you feel about that? How you feel about Big Brother Longo coming in and saving and helping his little sister? I'm still on the fence. I don't think she's dead, but if she doesn't show up anymore after this, then I guess she is. And if her actress gets flowers, then yeah. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay henshin.